Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Senior Design Showcase. My name is Mauricio.
I'm Nathan. So this is our Senior Design Showcase for UNL School of Computing, Sharif-Hughes. As for our company, this is the Cochlear Implant Research Lab located on East Campus at the Barkley Memorial Center. They primarily focus on research related to the hearing, cochlear implants, and auditory function. Some of the research areas include physiology as a potential predictor of perception, telepractice for cochlear implants, and then the effect of substance use on auditory and vestibular function. And this project was a collaboration between the School of Computing and Cochlear Implant Research Lab.
So for our stakeholders, we had Professor in Audiology, Dr. Michelle Hughes, Associate Professor in School of Computing, Dr. Bonita Sharif, and the Associate Professor of Practice in Audiology, Dr. Hannah Ditmars. As well as we had some graduate assistant students, Kaylee Albert and Isabella Sanner. For the UNL faculty, we had Bill Browning as our product manager, Dr. Bonita Sharif as our tribe lead, and Aaron Deming for our coach.
And then for some of the student team, we had a student team lead since we're an 11-person team. We had 3 different team leads, with Colin Salem being the multi-team squad lead, Adam Furness as the development manager, and then Ada Aljabiri as the product manager. And then for Team A, we had Ada Aljabiri as our product manager, and developers Sheena Bagiri, Eleanor Kraus, Mauricio Aguilera Ortiz, and then me, Nathan Nguyen. And then for Team B, we had development manager Adam Furness, and then developers Patrick Gurney, Walker Lee, Victor Wing, and then Matthew Wang.
So the problem is roughly 30 million US adults have hearing loss, but only about 15% actually use assistive devices. And while a large portion remain undiagnosed or untreated due to barriers such as cost of care, lack of awareness, and limited access to providers, similar applications like ours exist, but they're costly, and they require annual licenses to access the data. As well as there's limited visibility in the follow-up behavior, making it difficult to track outcomes and improve care. So for opportunity, we had the ability to make a web application that is completely offline. It's usable in rural areas without relying on Wi-Fi. This application must be easy to use and have features to encourage the patient to get help if necessary. And then the application allows the Cochlear Implant Research Lab to collect and track screening rates, pass-fail results, and follow-up outcomes for the research. If you'll take a look here, on this left side here is the dashboard for our application. It'll show whether or not you're online, offline. It has English and Spanish toggle. You can start the test right there. There's a Qualtrics survey as well. Filtered search, which we'll get to in a moment, and then pending entries. And the bottom right here, this is what will work completely offline. So it'll have the name, birthday, address, everything. Their tests, and then they will upload or delete. And this is something that you will do only when you have internet. In the top right, that'll be the actual screen you see when you're taking the exam. Similar, press the red button, and it'll start.
And then if you look over here, on the left side is our results page after you have finished taking the test. On the left side of the results page is our result messages. It'll display a varying amount of messages based on how the patient answered the questionnaire, as well as how they scored on the hearing test. And then on the right side of our results page here is our audiogram. The y-axis is our threshold, and then the x-axis is the frequency. And then on the bottom left here is our hearing number, which is an average of 4 frequencies thresholds. And then on the bottom here is the degrees of hearing loss, which is based on this range here: normal, slight, mild, moderate, moderately severe, and profound. And then this page right here to the right, this is our next steps page. This is where patients will get the referral to their specialists. On the left here is the definitions and explanations of what kinds of specialists are out there. And then on the right here is our filters for filtering out nearby providers based on their practice. We have audiology, ENT, psychology, and then hearing instrument specialists. And the patient can also filter within varying distances up to 200 miles. And here it's not pictured, but it will show nearby providers. And then here is the exit to dashboard, and in the top right will be to take another test. And then On the left page here is our filtered search. We have a varying amount of filters. with the top being our questionnaire, based on the questionnaire answers, if the researcher wants to pull data based on the questionnaire. Otherwise, we have referral, which will be based on the type of referral and the follow-ups. And then on the bottom here is our test search, so our test filter. We have screening and diagnostic within our quick search. This is more simplified, just like a quick answer. Otherwise, we have our advanced search if the researcher wants to get nitty-gritty with the filter. And then on the right here is actually the data once you have searched someone or searched a test. So it will show the audiogram, questionnaire answers, and follow-up information.
There was a lot of lessons that we learned when doing this big project. Some few notable lessons that we learned was we learned the importance of building something with the end user in mind, ensuring that the solution aligned with research and real-world use. Along with that, we had a large team. There was 11 of us. So we learned to coordinate and delegate the work between us, our large 11-person team.
And then for some of our highlights, we had to figure out how to implement authentication within our app so that researchers could access data easily and patients couldn't access it. And then we also had to use custom conversions to produce our accurate tones, audio tones for the hearing test. And then we also had to create an API so that we could integrate REDCap to use as a database so that we could store, search, and filter results, and also be HIPAA compliant. And then we also designed the application to work without an internet connection.
Thank you.